Hello again, fourth graders. This is Mr. A, and we are reviewing angle measurements. Okay, so we have to remember that angle measurements mean we want to find out what's the distance between two rays or line segments. So for example, if I drew an endpoint and create two rays, what's the angle between them? What's the angle between those two rays? What's the distance? For something like this, we have to use a protractor. Okay, so this is a protractor, and when we are measuring the angle, we have to center the protractor on the endpoint, make sure that it's sitting on one of the rays, and this ray here is going to be our 0. Okay, so I'm going to extend this ray so you can see exactly what we mean by angles. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that my ray is long enough so we can read the angle measurement of this drawing. Okay, so first I'm gonna make sure that my protractor is reading correctly, that the numbers are reading correctly, inside or outside. Center my protractor on the endpoint, have the protractor sit on one of the rays. Okay, so this ray, the one that's sitting, is going to be my 0. So if I start from 0, am I going to start from next to 170? No, that doesn't make sense. But I can start from 10 and 0, that's close. So I can start 0, and then notice those hash marks. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This longer hash mark is 5, so we can count by 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's my 10. I'm going to count by 10 because I have to go all this distance. An angle, basically, I need to measure this distance. Watch, I have to measure this opening. How much is this opening? So I'm going to rely on my protractor and on my scales. So let's count. Here is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 degrees, 100, 110, 120, 130. I see that my ray is between 130 and 140. And this is 5, so that's 135. It's most likely 136. So this angle is 136 degrees. We put the small symbol. Okay? This whole opening is 136 degrees. Does that make sense? Is that reasonable? Well, we know that there are 3 types of angles. There is an acute angle, and there is a right angle, and there is an obtuse angle. An acute angle is an angle that is less than 90 degrees. So here's 90 degree. It makes an L. So acute is smaller than 90 degrees. It's smaller than 90 degrees. Okay, this was a bad this was a bad example. Okay, let's start with a right angle. A right angle makes an L shape like this, okay, or sometimes makes like a T or an X, okay? That's a right angle. An acute angle is smaller than 90 degrees or a right angle. An obtuse angle is bigger than 90 degrees. So looking at the one that we colored in blue, does it look like an acute angle? No. Does it look like a right angle? No, it's an obtuse angle. So that makes it a reasonable answer to be more than 90 degree because it's an obtuse angle. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, so I'm going to draw angle. So I'm going to draw two lines, have them intersect, have them cross one another. Okay, here's my endpoint, and I want to find this angle. I want to find this angle. What is this angle measures up to? So remember, I have to use my special tool, the protractor. I have to center it on the endpoint, and I have to make it sit on one of the rays that will become my 0. Okay, so it has to start at 0. You have to start counting at 0. Okay, so here's my 0. Am I going to start with 170? No, 170 is way far from or way greater than 0, but 10 is closer, right? So I have to start with the inner reading, not the outside. I have to start with the inner. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's my 10. 20, 30, 40. I can't make another 10, a jump of 10, so I'm gonna have to stop at 40 and then go up here and read with my smaller hash marks. So 41, 42, 43. It's like 43, huh? 43 degrees. So this angle is 40 degrees, 43 degrees. Okay? Mr. A, how about this one here? How can we measure this one? How can we measure this one? It's not straight. It's not like flat. It's okay. You can do and follow the same steps. First, you center your protractor to the end point. I'm going to make this ray my 0. So I'm going to rotate my protractor and line up the line that you see here next to the end point. Line them to this ray. So this ray becomes my 0 ray. This is my 0 ray. So I'm going to start from 0. I'm going to go to the inner reading here. I'm going to go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I keep counting till I reach this one. 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. It didn't hit the 140. It's between 130 and 140. So then I have to go up and start counting by ones. 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136. This is 136, 137. Okay, so this is 137. This measures 137. And you know what? I know that it is correct because we did learn about this angle that makes a straight line. Do you remember how much it measures? An angle that makes a straight line, how much it measures? If you do, send me a message on Google Classroom, on your homework Google Classroom, and I'll let you know if it's correct or not. But I hope this video was helpful. Remember, you have to start from one ray, make it your 0, and keep counting on your protractor till you get to the second ray, and that will give you your angle. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'm very happy and proud of you if you are trying hard, whenever you're trying hard, and giving it everything you've got. Thank you, fourth graders.